Hello again. Welcome to another episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast, a fan podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. As always, like, subscribe, follow, whether you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or following on YouTube. And don't forget to follow on social media, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or X. It is another episode. You can kind of consider this a part 2, as I just released earlier, the women's squad versus Aston Villa preview, as they are playing on Sunday as well as the men's squad, who are going to be facing Arsenal. This is round 2 for Arsenal. We played them as the first match of the season, falling 1-0, but here we are again. And this time it's a little different manager, different keeper, different little bit of squad, as well as, different mentality of going into this game. It's definitely, it's a different, it's different than what it was the first time to go around against Arsenal. And this time at that time we were playing at home. This time we're on the road. Since that game, Arsenal has been at the top of the league, one of the top defensive teams in the league. They've been playing very well, whether it's in the Prem or in Champions League. So we're up for a challenge. And don't get me wrong, do I believe United can rebound against this game? Yes. I always go for the United win. I don't care what the odds are. In the words of Han Solo, never tell me the odds, but we are in that moment here where we have to bounce. And can we be consistent? Every episode I always mention when I do a preview, consistency, discipline, and finish. That's what they have to do. And can they do that tomorrow? Sunday against, well, technically, depending where you are, it is early Saturday. So technically, yes, tomorrow. Can they be able to be consistent? Can they do what they did against City and close out the match or win the match the way they did? It's going to be a challenge. We're going to be facing a very tough midfield, a very tough attack. We're going to be facing a team that has gotten better since they beat us 1-0. So it's an uphill battle for us as we're getting close to it. And just looking at it here, yes, they just had Champions League this week, so that can kind of work in our favor, but they still have a very tough squad to face. When did they play? Was it Tuesday? Let me just take a look here. Beating Inter, yeah, they played Tuesday. So they've had a few days off. They're going to be a little tired, especially with their next fixture, which is going to be Karat Almaty, who they play on the 28th at Wednesday. So the question is, what is Arteta's plans going to be? But for us, we don't have any other competition. This is our only turn. This is our only competition that we're in. So right now, you have to find a way to break through that mid and break through that back four. You have to find a way to contain their attack. That's what you have to look at here. You're going to have to make sure that they're not getting one up. We know what they can do on set pieces. That's how they beat us. Well, you can say either way or whatever, how we lost that last time when we played them. But set pieces is what they're at. Rhea, who is a very good keeper, who can be a very challenging keeper to try and get the ball through. Their back four can be very tough. Those two center backs that they have can be very tough to beat. Trying to go through that midfield, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Rice as well. Try to slow down the attack that they have as well. So we're facing a tough match, to say the least, going into it. We're going to be facing it. And listen, to me, I think we're going to go with the same type of players that we played with. I think we're going to go with the same lineup that we did last week. Same back four. We're going to go with Casemiro and Mainu together. You're going to look at the same two wings, Dorgu and Ahmad, and then you're going to look at Mbeumo as the striker. I think that's what they're going to go with. I don't know if we're going to try to stretch it out with Cunha and Sesko. I think for Carrick, I think he may just go with the things that worked last week. They are both different teams, City and Arsenal. So I think just keeping it simple, you go with the same lineup that got you a 2-0 win. But if you want to use the crosses, get the free kicks, get the flow going as well, you could use Sesko. But I think those center backs that you're going to be facing are going to be tough, and it's going to be a challenge. So I think Dorgu, who has been fantastic, like Dorgu, since the win against Nottingham Forest, or not Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, has been brilliant. He was brilliant in that game. He has been. He's been incredible since then, playing him out on the wing, and he's done very well. He's playing very well, and he even tracks back and plays well on defense, but he does play very well out on that outside, and we're seeing that there, what he can do. I remember doing my lineup last week, trying to figure out, well, you have Cunha, you have Sesko, you have Mbuemo, you have Ahmad back. How do we approach this game in the attack and keep Dorgu there, or you put him as a left back or so on and so forth? But Dalot, Shaw, Martinez, Maguire will probably be there again. It's going to be literally the same lineup that was there. Let me just make sure. Yeah, well, I'll get to my lineup momentarily, but we're going to look at what we think is going to be the best opportunity to get a win. And listen, the midfield still, as much as we can talk about Mainu's game, and I know this week and the rumors have been coming out that I just saw a report that Amram canceled Mainu's new contract or so on and so forth. And then the people keep talking about Mainu's game. Yes, it's great that he had that there, but can all of them do what they did last week, including Mainu? Can they do that again on Sunday? Can we see that there? We know Ahmad, we know Bruno, we know Mbuemo, and we know Dorgu. Dorgu's been consistent. We know Bruno can be when he's at the 10, and we know Ahmad is capable of, but we know that a back four can be inconsistent, whether it's been a back three, a back four, but I know the midfield has been a struggle too. And we have to look at what they're going to plan. That's basically it. Like, we can play counter, we can try and get through that midfield and hopefully get through the mistakes, but in all phases of where they are, from the back four to the front, they can control the ball. And let's not pretend here that Arsenal has been a terrible team since we lost to them. They've been brilliant this season. You have to give them credit. Not only that, we're going to London. We're going to be playing in their stadium. It is going to be a challenge with those fans there. We know what Arsenal fans like. We know what the atmosphere there, the fans can be like. It is going to be a challenge for this men's squad. It is. I'm not again, I'm going for the win. I always say I do. And I always do believe that United can pull off a win. But there is a challenge there. And the biggest challenge is that C word that I always use, consistency. That's what it is. Can they be consistent? And is Michael Carrick going to be consistent in using the same lineup, or is he going to change it up? Are we going to see Cunha maybe in the striker, or are we going to see, different options there? Are we going to see Bruno maybe go to we can have different choices here. But we know Casemiro will probably start. We know that Bruno will be in the attack. But the other pieces there, and I mentioned Dorgu, I mentioned Ahmad, but again, I'm not the manager. I can speculate, can take a guess. But realistically, it's hard to predict how this is going to go. Like I said, I'm considering it that it's still going to be the same lineup as it was last week. That's what I'm going to say. And I believe that it is. You're going to go with what worked against a very good team. But again, what may have worked in those tactics that game may not work in this game. The players need to understand that. And this is a big game. Like, every game is big. I was mentioning that in the women's squad preview. Every game is big because, again, it is called Champions League football. And that's what the goal is. That's what the plan has been. Europe has been on the idea, and then you sack the former manager and you tell the new manager now, who's only going to be here for a bit, that it is time for Champions League. And, well, guess what? We're facing the number one team in the league. A team that has been very well. So, what is it? 2 losses that they've had. 14 goals scored against them. They're going to be a challenge. Like, and then to take a look at, I think it was 5 goals that they've allowed at home. 5, I believe. Let me pull up their schedule. Got to take a look to see what let's take a look at their stats. Team stats. Goals per match. Yeah, they're averaging literally 0.6 a goal a game, but I'm pretty sure they're at home. It's insane what they've been doing at home. I want to take a look. Yeah. Why couldn't they just show those stats? Let me go to the fixtures. Go back to the beginning. Okay. Almost there. Oop, I went a little too far. So, just taking a look here. Just want to make sure. So, 1. Sorry, no. Yeah. 1. Just taking a look here. Yeah. 1, 3, 4, 5. Nope. So 4. I think my math is off. Just trying to, hold on. Oh, that was on the road. Yeah, 5. Yeah. Yeah. Looks like around, no more. I don't know where I got that 5 number from. Yeah, let me just make sure I'm looking at everything here too. So, yeah, Bournemouth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 goals. 5 goals allowed at home. And then 14 overall in the season. So, they are, I had to double check my math there. I do apologize for that error in math. But yeah, 5 goals. We're facing a very tough defense. We are. It's not going to be easy to score. And that's what Carrick has to worry about. That's the challenge for him. He has to be able to find a way to get the ball in the net. And even if we get through that 4, Rea can be brilliant. He can be. When we played him that week 1, he was brilliant. It was the battle of the keepers. Our keeper made an error on their set piece, and they scored. But he was brilliant. But right now, this still is a different United squad, to say the least. It's not the same squad that he faced, that they faced when we played them the first time. Let me just look at it here. Yeah, so Bayender is not in net anymore. You're looking at a different formation. You're going to have Mainu there with Casemiro. Bruno's going to be up more in the attack. You're going to see Dorgu out on the wing. You're going to see Delo back to the back 4. De Ligt won't be there. We'll have possibly Maguire and Martinez there. It's going to be that too. And listen, we're going to be in a challenge. Mount won't be there. You'll have Mbeumo and Cunha, and then it is going to be a different squad. Things are different. Obviously, Lamens will be there. It's tough that we won't have De Ligt there. It's not the same squad that we face. So Let me get to my prediction, my lineup. So, Senny Lamens, obviously. Same back four. Delo, Martinez, Maguire, Shaw, Casemiro, Mainu in the middle, and Dorgu, Ahmad, Bruno in the threes, and then Brian Mbumo leading off as the striker. You have to keep it, I think, as consistency. You want to see that consistency there. I know the last time when we played them, we had Cunha and them playing. Cunha, who I remember playing well. I remember the long run that he made. And then you're taking a look at, everyone's just getting familiar with each other. But again, it's a different manager. It was a different squad. The mentality of the squad was different, and we'll see how it goes today or on Sunday. Sorry, they're in for the challenge. This squad. Let's not pretend that they can replicate what they did last week. Last week was great. It was awesome. But this is a different match. We're facing one of the best defensive squads in their turf. We have to find a way to control. And listen, I'm not saying it's going to be a blow-up game. Again, I'm going for the win, but we can go with the mentality of them playing well, but we can't go in with the mentality of thinking, well, we just rock City, we're going to rock them too. They're going to be prepared. Like, we can rely on them playing on Tuesday, but we're going to be facing a challenge. Now, they have to rotate as well because they have a game on Wednesday, but they need to hold off City. They are going to have pressure too. Can we take points away? That's the thing. We have to take 3 points. We can't just be like, oh, here we are. We have to take points away. Like, it's great that we're sitting in fifth. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy. But we have to take points away because we're officially 15 points behind. So we're basically 5 games back. We have to be able to shrink that, but we have to be able to shrink it so we can catch up to Villa, that we can pass Liverpool, that we can get closer to City, because we're 8 points back. Because Villa's playing who this week? Villa's playing Newcastle. City is playing Wolves. The one time we all need Wolves to win. Liverpool. Bournemouth. Yeah, so we got that there. Chelsea is playing Crystal Palace. And then we got hold off Brentford. You got Newcastle. Brentford and Nottingham Forest are playing each other. So the race is on. And then you have also Everton, who's not too far back. You have Fulham, who's not well. You have teams that can overpass us if we don't get away with points on Sunday. So the pressure is there. We have to be able to get there and get our points. We have to catch up to Liverpool. We have to catch up to Villa. We have to start chasing away Chelsea and Brentford, and it's going to be a tight race. And I mentioned this on my preview when I did it back in the beginning of the season. Like, the top half, there's going to be squads that we're going to face, and we're seeing those squads there. Newcastle, Sunderland, who have had a decent season. Chelsea, we know what they're capable of. Brentford, like Villa's having an incredible season. They have to, and again, Villa and City are going to be relying on us to try and catch up or slow down Arsenal and take 3 points for them too. Because they're going to try and they want to make sure if they both win, they get within 4. Then the race for the title is there. And I think City faces Arsenal one more time. Yeah, they see them in April. And then Villa. Let's check when Villa plays them again. Get that up there. Has Villa already played them twice? Have they? Just take a look here. There's no way they've played them twice, have they? No, they haven't. Am I missing something? Is my vision going? Just take a look here. Yeah, they beat them. Oh, no, yeah. They've played them twice. They've split. Villa beat them 2-1, and then they lost to them 4-1 back on December 30th. So they've already played Villa. They've played Arsenal twice. So for them to try, hopefully you kind of want to hope that they're going to be playing them again, but it's a tough choice. So, yeah, and you hope that they're playing them again, but so you can try and get those points. But no, we like for Man United, it's a big game. We have to take 3 points. We have to take the 3 points and get them there. And it's not about what we did at Manchester City or what we did when we played Manchester City. It's about being able to do it on the road and being consistent, which is the whole squad has lacked this. That is the thing. So, and it's also Casemiro's final ride, final 4 months. It's the last time he's going to be playing Arsenal. So there's a big match there for him. Hopefully he goes big. So, we'll see. But okay, I'll leave it there. I will be doing my post game on Sunday about the match as well. So please keep an eye out for that. And I'll do the post game there, my player ratings as well. There'll be an episode in between. I'll be doing the post game for the women's squad as well. And then after the men's squad, I will do another episode for their post game and player ratings as well. So, like I said before, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the games as well. I will talk to you guys Sunday after the women's match. So enjoy the women's match. Enjoy the men's match as well. So I'll be talking to you Sunday no matter what. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy your Saturday. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, follow YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and also Instagram, TikTok, and X as well for social media. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick Podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.